Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Travel Span TV, live and exclusive from Le Meridian. And after my successful visits in United States, Miami, and Canada, promoting these two destinations, recently returning from there, and this is the first assignment after my return. And I'm going to introduce you to two great gentlemen from Brand USA who have made a visit, who are making a visit with the Satha Global Marketing Team, promoting Brand USA in the Indian market. You're aware of this. I'm going to introduce Jason Pacheco, who is a global trade development consultant for the Brand USA, and James Namude, director global sponsorships for Brand USA. Welcome, gentlemen, to India, and welcome to our talk show.
Thank you.
My first question goes with very simple questions. No need to will smile and talk. And it's something very fascinating that India is promoting Brand USA and USA in general. Long haul markets are really picking up for the Indian clients, Indian travelers worldwide, I'll say, whether they are going to US or they're going to Canada or beyond. And now the first question, you are promoting musical aspect this time, which is pretty exciting for me, at least. How you're going to promote Brand USA or USA as a destination for music lovers. My first question to you, Jason, how would you take it?
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, thank you for this time with you today, and I'm glad to know that you are a Miami market expert, so that's a great start. We're really fortunate to be here, premiering American Musical Journeys here in India. We realize that in the U.S. we have lots of stories to tell, and one of our key stories, Devender, is really what is America's soul and heart, and music actually is that. So many musical genres were started in the United States, and so many travelers can identify with those musical genres, such as rock and roll, as we know, hip hop as of recently, and pop art. We realize that Indian travelers are entertainment experts.
Exactly.
So we want to be able to drive this idea of what you can do in the U.S. through music and through entertainment in certain cities. We're also showcasing these cities are what we call beyond the gateways. So our role is to take the Indian traveler to, through, and beyond the gateway cities to explore. And so many of these musical cities, such as Nashville and New Orleans and other places, Memphis and such, are beyond that. And so we're creating really wonderful itineraries to showcase these areas.
Just in trade, Indian trade plays a very important role in promoting any destinations in India. Perhaps, they're using itineraries, and they're also trying to inculcate those kind of conceptualizing, because this is I think for me, when I saw, I think last year, Satha Global Marketing showcased through Brand USA the wild Americas, the national parks, and those kind of things.
Yes.
Indians have a great experience. I mean, now they are experiential travelers. How these musical journeys, as we rightly said, how the trade will be more beneficial for you?
Well, we're prepared for the Indian traveler. We have someone whose sole purpose is to create itineraries around key thematics. And not only do we have that itinerary to take the walk along American Musical Journeys, but actually these itineraries for the trade are bookable. So not only do we want to inspire the client or the traveler to get there, we want the trade to be able to book that product once the traveler says this is what we want. So we're thinking ahead of ourselves here, and we've created a multitude of itineraries, many around music, and American Musical Journeys is just one of them.
Talking about musical concept again, promoting U.S. as a destination, Hollywood and Bollywood. Bollywood is crazy, And recently, I think you had, I think last year was that, you had some IFA awards done up in New York City.
Yes.
Based on that, and further to, this is musical journey once again. So, do you think Bollywood would impact this also musical journey?
Well, I'm really excited. I think that we've seen some of the star celebrity weddings of the last year. Priyanka Chopra with Nick Jonas. Can we talk about musical journey right there?
Exactly so.
But also, if you look at this year's, I believe it's the Emmy Awards, if I'm incorrect, that we actually have an Indian talent
Yes.
that's up for an Emmy. And I don't want to mispronounce his first name. Is it Good Boy? What is it? Good Boy?
A Gully Boy.
Gully Boy.
Gully Boy,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you for. Oh, I'm sorry, for the Oscars.
For the Oscars,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so you can see this infiltration of the Bollywood-Hollywood connection is alive and well. And so, yeah, we're very excited about that.
And I'm sure that with Priyanka Chopra, and Nick Jonas there, things are going to shape, musical journeys are going to shape up pretty well for Brand USA and Americas as such. Let me come back to you, Jason, talking to James. James, hi, how are you? I'm sorry, you have been listening to our talks, but then definitely you are really instrumental in terms of the consumer markets. How do you think that consumer market is going to be really behaving in terms of promoting Brand USA for the Indian clients?
Yeah, no, we're super excited. Obviously, India, like Jason said, is one of our biggest markets around the world, and the Indian consumer is definitely a priority for us as we continue to grow the market over the years. And this idea of music is kind of a perfect vessel for us to tell that story to consumers. Obviously, this is our second film. Our first film, National Parks Adventure, was around the great outdoors that launched in 2016. And when we look at the United States as a destination and what our strongest value propositions are for travelers, it typically falls into two categories. The first is diversity, so that's people, places, geography, experiences. And the other is pop culture. So once again, it's music, entertainment, film. And from our role, it's kind of how do we leverage all that goodwill and equity that we've built up over the years to inspire travelers to want to have some of those travel experiences for themselves. So I think the Indian customer is very much in line with this idea of pop culture, and that as a vessel to reach them and inspire them to want to have those experiences. I think it's a perfect way to do that.
One thing which comes to my mind is, Indians are crazy attending shows, Broadways, and a lot of other, musical entertainment shows there. How different this particular films, what you're trying to showcase Americas through this, is going to benefit the entire consumer general, not only for the Indian market, but the worldwide.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's a holistic experience. I mean, this idea of pop culture and music is really universal, right? It plays a key role not only in India, but across all our markets around the world. And I think it also tells the holistic story of the United States. So music travel is not just coming for a major music festival or event. It's visiting a city that's not necessarily one of the key gateways like a Memphis or Nashville, and really have some of those day-to-day musical experiences that are available throughout the destination. And I think those are stories a lot of our markets want to hear. A lot of them have been in New York City, have been to LA, but may not have had those experiences with some of those other cities, and to kind of really get a chance to see different types of musical experiences around the country.
That's fabulous. I come back to you, for my last question with you, sorry.
Okay.
And then perhaps when we take it forward, Jason, tell us something about how you're going to promote this for the world markets. I mean, we are talking about the Indian perspective, but world market, which are your prime markets, and how you're going to promote musical Americas in the world markets?
Well, before we even go there, I just want to say that in your own market, Devender, and thank you for your help in doing this, and certainly with our boots on the ground, is India has made it in the top 10 markets, travelers to the United States just this last year, with 1.4 million travelers coming. And we expect that to continue growth. Not just that, but also one of the top spenders, and number 5 in spending.
Exactly.
So we've seen India, and believe me, I've started many years ago here when it was, things were dripping in. But due to a lot of great boots on the ground marketing and opportunities, we've been able to grow with you to promote the United States. On a global level, India is a pick market. We spotlight India. This year has been particularly good, even with our own U.S. government and opportunities with our president, your president here in India, to be able to showcase the relationship of the U.S. and India and the friendship of that.
Yeah.
So travel's good. Overseas, we also, China, Europe as a whole, Latin America, we like to say that we love everyone and we invite everyone to come to the U.S.
Exactly, and I think visas are also not, problems, and the connecting flights are also not too difficulty, which one can perceive. But then definitely, as a destination, definitely it's going to be more productive, perhaps, as far as what India can see this. Indians are real spenders, they are real shoppers,
Sure.
and the lifestyle is changing Beijing with Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas being there.
Power
And
couple, sure.
yeah, exactly. And then perhaps as a destination, it's going to be really a super destination for this particular year, coming season perhaps, would be there. And finally, what is your final message for Indian markets? I'll come back to you, Jason, but then perhaps from James first.
No, I think we're super excited to be here. India is an important market for us, and we look forward to kind of further growing the market and having a lot of Indians come and travel to the United States. We really hope that you engage with the film. It's going to be launching on Curiosity TV. Actually, as of today, you can actually watch it on Curiosity TV, which is available on YouTube, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, as well as Android and iOS. And download the app and see all the great content that we have on the platform, not only around the film, but around a variety of experiences around the United States. And we hope to see you in the United States soon.
Sure, definitely. Thank you very much, really. And, Jason, your quick last comments, how this film is going to be, what is all this all about, and then what is the message?
Yeah, I just want to say that I think this film, again, is going to be inspirational. We are marketing the welcome to the United States and through music, which really brings people together and understanding more of our U.S. culture and how people can really relate to that through music, through various generations. So that's a real good opportunity for us to capture not only the millennial traffic here out of India, but also some of the older travelers that might relate to the Elvis Presley rock and roll days.
Yes.
We like that. And one of the things we do want to say is that we really welcome the opportunity to invite more Indians, not just to come see where Priyanka lives in Hollywood, although that is quite exciting,
Yeah.
but also to explore the rest of our country.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And a small message for all our trade fraternity. Please do come and watch this movie. As James has already mentioned, you can watch this this movie on all the channels what we have just narrated here. And I'm sure they're going to like it, include it into your travel plans, and make brand USA and USA destination forever. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and welcome.